What if we told you the difference between getting your visa this year or waiting 3 more years comes down to one form, one office, and one hidden processing clock? USCIS has updated its timelines, and these numbers are changing life plans, job offers, and family reunions starting now. Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, US Immigration News. The latest USCIS Processing Times 2026. Current USCIS Processing Times at a glance. If you're navigating the U.S. immigration journey, understanding how long each step takes is no longer optional, it's strategic. Processing times shape travel plans, job transitions, family reunification, and even long-term life decisions. The figures below reflect the median timeframe, meaning half of the cases were completed within this period. Form I-90 for green card renewal or replacement is currently taking about 4 months, while Form I-130 varies dramatically depending on the sponsor. When filed by a U.S. citizen, the wait is around 14.5 months, but for permanent residents it stretches to 35 months. Adjustment of status through Form I-485 stands at 8.2 months for family-based cases and 7 months for employment-based applicants. Fiancé visa petitions under Form I-129F are moving within 8 to 11 months. For employment pathways, Form I-129 takes 3.4 months under regular processing, but with premium processing the timeline drops to about 12 days. Similarly, Form I-140 requires 8.1 months normally, or just 21 days with premium service. Naturalization through Form N-400 is currently averaging 5.5 months, while Form I-751 to remove conditions on residence remains one of the longest at 21.4 months. Work permits through Form I-765 are being issued in roughly 1.9 months, and advance parole travel documents under Form I-131 take about 6.1 months. For employment-based green cards, the Perm labor certification filed through the U.S. Department of Labor is taking approximately 483 days in analyst review. USCIS and DOL processing times. Processing timelines are not random, they are influenced by several powerful variables. First comes the type of application. A fiancé petition, a naturalization request, and an employment-based immigrant petition each move through completely different workflows. Second is the agency handling the case. Most immigration benefits are processed by U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, but Perm labor certifications are managed by the U.S. Department of Labor, which operates on its own timelines. Third is location. The specific field office or service center assigned to your case can accelerate or slow everything down. Less crowded jurisdictions often move faster, while high-volume urban offices may require more patience. Another major factor is the visa category or preference level. Employment-based petitions differ depending on whether they fall under EB-1, EB-2, or EB-3. Non-immigrant worker petitions also vary by classification such as H-1B, L-1, or O-1. Finally, there is premium processing, a game-changing option for certain employment petitions that compresses months into days. However, this service does not apply to Perm labor certifications. USCIS and the Department of Labor update their timelines regularly, making it essential to check the latest data rather than relying on outdated estimates. Checking your processing time and case status. There's a critical distinction many applicants overlook: processing time and case status are not the same. Your case status tells you where your application currently sits, received, under review, approved, or requesting additional evidence. Your processing time tells you how long similar cases are taking at your assigned office. Together, these two indicators allow you to plan realistically, whether that means preparing for travel, accepting a job offer, or anticipating your green card interview. How to check your processing time. Start by identifying the USCIS office handling your case. This can be done using your zip code through the official USCIS tools. Once you know the office, select your form type in the case processing time system to see the estimated range. The first number represents the median completion time, while the second shows how long it took to finish 93% of cases. These figures are updated weekly, so they provide a dynamic and reliable planning guide. If your petition falls under an employment category, you should also verify whether premium processing is available. For Perm labor certification, timelines must be checked separately through the Department of Labor's website. How to check your case status. Tracking your case itself is straightforward. You enter your receipt number into the online case status portal, complete the verification step, and receive real-time updates. This simple process confirms whether your application is progressing normally or requires attention. Family-based green cards. For family immigration, the journey usually begins with Form I-130. Processing times depend heavily on the relationship category. Immediate relative spouses, parents, and unmarried children under 21 of U.S. citizens move faster because they are not subject to annual visa limits. A CR1 or IR1 spousal petition takes 14.5 months when processed abroad, but only 8.2 months when filed together with an adjustment of status inside the United States. The F2A category for spouses and children of permanent residents is significantly slower at 35 months. Adoption cases often take longer due to additional documentation and multi-agency coordination. Employment-based immigration. Employment-based immigration is a multi-stage process. Form I-140 establishes eligibility for a permanent position, while Form I-129 covers temporary work visas. Under regular processing, the I-140 takes 8.1 months, but premium processing reduces that to 21 days. Form I-129 drops from 3.4 months to just 12 days with premium service. Once a visa number becomes available, Form I-485 adjustment of status typically takes around 7 months. Perm labor certification. Perm is often the first milestone for employment-based green cards. It confirms that there are no qualified U.S. workers available for the role. This step is handled by the Department of Labor and currently takes about 483 days in analyst review. Cases selected for audit require additional time and documentation, extending the timeline further. K-1 fiancé visas. The USCIS portion of the K-1 fiancé visa process takes 8 to 11 months. However, this is only the first phase. After approval, the case moves to the National Visa Center and then to a U.S. consulate for interview and final visa issuance, adding additional months. Naturalization, U.S. citizenship. Naturalization has seen one of the most encouraging improvements. Form N-400 is now averaging 5.5 months, a significant reduction compared to previous years. For hundreds of thousands of permanent residents, this faster timeline means earlier access to voting rights, a U.S. passport, and full civic participation. Other common forms. Several frequently filed supporting applications move alongside major petitions. Green card renewals through Form I-90 take about 4 months. Work permits via Form I-765 are being approved in under 2 months. Advance parole travel documents under Form I-131 take just over 6 months.
What are AO processing times? The Administrative Appeals Office reviews appeals after denial. The process has 2 stages. First, the field office that issued the denial has 45 days to reconsider. If the decision remains unchanged, the case moves to AO, where the appellate review is generally completed within about 180 days, depending on complexity. Processing time backlogs. In a historic shift, USCIS announced a 15% reduction in its overall backlog in February 2024, completing nearly 10 million cases after receiving 11 million filings. To sustain this progress, the agency introduced internal cycle time goals. Premium employment petitions are targeted for completion in 2 weeks, non-premium worker petitions in 2 months, and a wide range of core applications, including naturalization, adjustment of status, and immediate relative petitions within 6 months. These targets are not guarantees, but they reflect a clear institutional push toward faster adjudication. Is your visa taking too long? Here's how to check and follow up. Waiting is normal, but waiting beyond the normal window requires action. Start by comparing your receipt date with a case inquiry date listed in the USCIS processing tool. If your application falls outside that range, you can submit an official inquiry through the online e-request system. You should also monitor your case status regularly for updates or requests for additional evidence. One crucial rule: do not contact USCIS while your case is still within standard processing time, as the response will almost always be generic. The strategic takeaway: immigration timelines are no longer just estimates, they are planning tools. By understanding the median processing times, tracking your case intelligently, and using options like premium processing where available, you transform uncertainty into a structured roadmap. And in a system where every month matters, that knowledge becomes your strongest advantage. That is all for today in this video. Please hit like and subscribe for an upcoming video. See you later. Till then, take care.